The coalition of northern groups on Thursday this week withdrew the quit notice given to the Igbos living in the 19 states of the northern part of the country. During a press briefing in Abuja, leader of the coalition, Abdulaziz Suleiman, made the announcement urging the federal government to arrest the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. They also say lawmakers should enact a law on hate speech to avoid recurrence of this kind of situation in the future. And that's the crux of our discussion this hour as we bring in now political analyst Agboola Odunfa to talk about this. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, what did you make of this withdrawal order in the first place? How much of an impact did it even have?
To start with, the quit notice is wrong in its entirety. And you will notice that the minute the Arewa made that declaration, people of concern make requests for him to be arrested. Be that as it may, the withdrawal doused a lot of tension because it has created a lot of fear in the north and also in the east, because it will have ripple effect in the north against the Igbos, because the northern youth will want to take it beyond what it is expected, and of course it will affect the northerners living in the south.
And then the timing of this withdrawal, did it have anything to do, or does it even matter if it had anything to do with the president's return?
It is a smart move. You know, since the arrest has been requested, the federal government delayed it. And when the president returned, and he reiterated what the vice president said, that all those troublemakers should be arrested. And the president returned, gave a proper go-ahead to the military and the police. So it is a smart move for them to quickly withdraw the quit notice.
But then there had been clamor. The vice president, who was acting in the president's absence, had already, given the go-ahead for some arrests to be made. It doesn't appear that, any of those arrests were carried out. What does it make now, or what do you make of, the federal government's handling of the matter and the ripple effect it would have even with this withdrawal?
It's actually unfortunate the way the government generally handles matters such as this. Matters like this ought to be approached immediately with seriousness. So it is either these people are being backed by some powerful element in the north, which will affect or could affect the efforts of the military and the police to get them arrested. You will notice that when they make their recall, there were governors with them.
All right. You mean at the press conference?
Yes,
where they...
Yes,
right.
Even the governors said that we are here with them to ensure that the quit notice is being, properly revoked, and it is being accepted by every one of them. It doesn't make sense when a governor, aligns with people that have committed a crime. The quit notice is a crime, is a national crime, and it's also an international crime. Why will government of any level associate with such
well,
group
like
of
you
people?
said, it could be, you've already hinted that it could be because to make, ascertain now that this forum now, does accordingly to the plan, because they even said that they had gotten a lot of clamor on them now for a long time to withdraw that. But then let's look at the conditions attached. The government has even more or less now done another act now by calling for the rearrest of Nnamdi Kanu, which is one of this forum's conditions. What do you make of that?
His rearrest is actually long overdue, because he has flouted his bail conditions a long time ago. And I will support the rearrest, because this is how Boko Haram and other militancy started. If it is not quickly nipped in the bud, it may be uncontrollable.
What will the rearrest of Nnamdi Kanu do to the Biafra course?
It will slow it down a bit, because if he is the arrowhead, he is the one driving the movement now, you will notice that the other agitators, you know, are pretty quiet now. He is the one driving the movement, and if he is rearrested, it will slow down the course.
But finally, Odunfa, let me have your take now, because the vast majority of Nigerians on record say they are all for one Nigeria. But what we see on the internet, you know, with a lot of hate speech, you know, people just taking upon each other, abusing and all that. Now, that seems to be rather intense. What can we do now as a nation now to ensure that in our speech and in every form of conduct now, we really preach and practice this no hate speech?
The fault is that of the leadership and the followers. Now, we are calling for restructure when we are not, when our mindset is not properly restructured. Yeah. The youths, which are the major element that carries out whatever create problem in Nigeria, are not properly oriented. We need a lot of orientation, and this is democracy. Okay. Everybody should get involved in proper politics. Right. You know, with the mindset of becoming leaders. If you look at other countries, you will see that people youth from early 20s are, you know, becoming governors, becoming parliament members and all that. Here, you don't see that. We are too lazy, and it is, poverty is also part of our problem.
But that could change in 2019 with the well, allowances that we are seeing on the political space. We've monitored what's been going on in the National Assembly now with the not too young to run. Indeed.
But our youths are not ready. Look at the last election, last local government elections. Now, it is obvious that there were credible candidates that have made campaign promises. There were a lot of youths. But what did you see on the election day? Youths, these same youths that are asking for change, requesting for it, and interested in change, are collecting money to vote.
So you're saying that when we get our youths now more involved in politics, that could make them take ownership now.
Yes, if they see a stake, they stake themselves in democracy, right. You know, see themselves as future leaders.
And then they could now call more. Could indeed. Agboola Odunfa, thank you very much for your analysis now. Of course, we appreciate your patience all this while and wish you the best.
Thank you.